You are now listening to the Be Your Own #LoveGoals podcast with Mo Ari
and Tiffany.
We just want you to remember that every person, regardless of identity, wants these three things: belonging, authenticity, and love.
And after a decade of partnership, we've learned to co-create these things and so much more.
So from wherever you're listening, we're going to go on a journey of becoming our own #LoveGoals. Now let's get into this episode. You are now listening to the Be Your Own Love Goals podcast with Mo Ari
and Tiffany.
Thank you all so much for being here. We are getting down to the holiday wire.
Yay!
This is our episode that's coming out before the holidays, before the Christmas holiday at least. There are so many other holidays that are being celebrated during this time. We also got Kwanzaa coming up.
Yes.
I know many people are deeply entrenched in other holiday traditions, and so we just want to say that we love you. We see all of the people celebrating all the holidays, and while Tiffany and my native holiday, well, I won't say native, but like our cultural holiday tradition is around Christmas, we acknowledge that there are many people who celebrate other kinds of holidays, and that this episode is still for you, because when you get together with the people that you love, there are all kinds of things that we can be doing to make this time period festive and joyous and fun. So we wanted to talk about the fun parts, because games and all kinds of activities are important to each of us. I think mine is more so games. Yours are like the arts and crafts
experiences, cooking, all the good stuff like that.
Yeah, all of that is important to Tiffany. It's important to me too. I think we focus on these different areas. So we want to spend some time this episode really talking about the reason why we think it's important to like cultivate these traditions or to participate in them, and then give some ideas for games and other things that you can be playing with your family, or experiences you can be creating with your family. So let's just jump right in.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yes, I am a person that loves experiences. I'm super sentimental. So you'll definitely find me somewhere in the crafting arena, the kitchen arena, or doing something. So for my family, it has always been a tradition that we bake for the holidays, right? I mean, cookies, cakes, all types of things. And don't ask me who we were baking all of this stuff for. We would just end up with a dining room tables full of all types of treats.
And then you have to give them away.
But I love the experience of going to the craft store and getting the cute little containers and boxes and packaging them up.
Where are my Christmas cookies now? My Sandies and all
You'll
that.
get them. At the time, you'll get them. Okay. That's the thing. You can't make them too far in advance.
You could just make multiple iterations.
I could, because I only make them once a year.
That's it.
So when I was younger,
I like mine with nuts too.
I don't.
You don't like nuts, babe?
I like nuts. I just don't like those nuts.
Inappropriate. This is a family episode.
Oh my gosh. So when I was younger, my grandmother is a baker and so is my aunt. And so all of my cousins, we would get assigned a specific cookie to make or a specific baked good. I think most often I got M&M cookies. And then somebody got Sandies.
I've not had any of those either.
And somebody got chocolate chip cookies. So we all had different things that we were making. And
Your grandma also makes a really good red velvet cake. Okay, I'm going to stop interrupting.
He just loves all the Christmas goodies. It seems like I need to be in the kitchen from now until then making all of these requests. I just kidding. I love it. But so we all took turns. We would go to the house in groups of 2 and we would make our things, and then we will all come together after about 3 to 4 days with all of our things. And it was like this cousins party of like all of the baked goods, and it was just so fun. So fun. I mean, we would end up having flour all over our faces. We would all have on aprons, but it was the beauty of just laughter and fun
It's
and
very cute.
innocence as kids. Like, yeah, sure, we ate the cookies and they were great, but it was the experience. It was the time that we were able to spend with our grandma and our aunt doing this thing that was fun that we knew other people were going to be able to partake in. And so
Yeah.
to this day, even if it's just me by myself in the kitchen, or like I think Nova helped me out last year, or even when she was very young, she was in a video of me making like gingerbread or something. I take the opportunity to do that because I feel like for me, cooking and baking is one of the ways that I show love. And I put so much effort and time into preparing it, how I package it, and I gift Nova's teachers different things, or I gift our neighbors some of the baked goods. And so baking is one of the ways that I love being together and celebrating during the holidays. And I need to invite more people into that because I really like doing it with people.
Yeah.
So that's an opportunity. And then for arts and crafts and things like that, making ornaments, obviously trimming the Christmas tree and decorating our home and different things like that, I think are ways that you can invite other people in. And then lastly, I will say when it comes to experiences, Mo might not know this, but when it comes around to the holiday, I'm like looking local holiday events. I'm every day I'm looking. Oh, there's a tree lighting ceremony here, or there's this there, or there's this there, and I'm like, we got to create the holiday magic, right? We gotta go. We gotta go to that Christmas parade in this little town 40 minutes away. Why you making that?
Because
Oh my
I
gosh.
love this for you.
Yeah.
My Christmas experience, you had me up into that.
Yeah.
My Christmas experience growing up was so not connected to the lights and the trees and all of the
Mm.
things like that.
Oh, okay.
Because one, we lived in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like we had snow, so that I love snow for that
Mhm.
time period of the year, and we did do lights and all of that. But
Mhm.
like outside, yes, you had decorations, but it was never like you're not you're not getting in your car driving around the city of Chicago to look at lights.
And see, this was the highlight for
But
me.
it's because like we all put up our own decorations. You have a nice tree, whatever.
Yeah.
I also think that I don't know what was a part of that. I won't say that that's like just regional to you. Plenty of other people have that experience, but the events and stuff aren't it for me. It's like now that we have our own family, yes, I could feel more connected to that experience
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
but it's something for me about being with people that I love that I want to
Mhm.
do all season long.
Mhm.
And I want to be playing games with them. I want
Mhm.
to be like cooking with them. I want to be
Mhm.
doing all of those things. I don't care if I'm just cutting up cheese for you and bringing you wine. Like I really
Mhm.
just want that.
Yeah.
And so the trees and stuff, like the going to see the tree lighting and stuff doesn't do that for me. But I
Mhm.
also don't downplay what that means for
Mhm.
you or
Mhm.
anybody else.
Mhm.
I think it can be really beautiful. It's
Mhm.
something though about that gathering
Yeah.
that I love and I want to multiply many times over the Christmas or
Mhm.
the holiday season.
Mhm.
Probably not even just Christmas, really it's like that from November 1st, let's say October 31st because
Mhm.
our anniversary is the 31st.
Mhm.
From October 31st to the new year, it's like
Yeah.
I want to just be surrounded by people that I love.
Mhm. And I feel that. I feel like for me that's paramount as well. Because at this I would say for the past 3 years we haven't lived near our other family. For me, those events, they weren't necessarily as big of a thing when I was younger. Like,
Yeah.
sure, going to see the lights and things like that. Like, I always did it with family. I always, we had like the gardens in my small town where there you could walk through and see the lights. And it was like, all the cousins, let's go and do this thing together. We did it together. And so at this place where we aren't with family, it's like, okay, well, this is a way we can get some cheer and be around other people if we go to this Christmas parade. And I mean, obviously Nova's having the time of her life. So then that's beautiful to see. But yes, like at high up there on the list is doing all this stuff with other people. If we lived in the same city as these people, I would be dragging them along.
Oh my gosh. See, and I would rather just be like every Sunday during this season, I'm going to host dinner or I'm going to host some type of like movie or
those things are great.
Like game night or whatever. Like that's me. If that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Like we could be creating ornaments one Friday. We could be doing this the other Friday. It's like,
see, I think I just would be doing stuff every single day. That's what I'm saying. Like it would, because the time is so exciting. Like I want to do that and this.
I got you. I got you.
It's like all of that, which is very tiring.
I was gonna say, who has time? People gotta work.
It's like I'm on a high during that time. Like, oh, it's just so exciting and joyful. Like it literally feels holly jolly.
Yeah. That's part of the energy you bring to it. So I think it's another thing. But yeah, the lights thing doesn't resonate with me as much.
Yeah.
Or the Christmas parade. I don't know if it's because I grew up like very like religious or whatever. So like a lot of church.
Got it.
And the real meaning of Christmas kind of rhetoric. So I don't think that I got that particular experience. So I don't have as much nostalgia about that part. But the part that really stands out to me is like the community.
Yeah.
But particularly gathering around food and fun. There's like something that's really anchored in there for me.
Yeah.
So I wish I could light up about the lights like you are. I'm like, I really don't feel what she's feeling, and I'm trying to tap in. That's, I guess, if I'm being transparent about what my reaction is. But I appreciate all the examples that you gave to me, to our audience, about how to some activities we can go about creating or indulging in to make the holidays more merry, more bright. So those were great. I'm trying to think if there were anything else. I think the dressing alike and doing those kinds of things are just fun too.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun.
Giving like some color schemes to any kind of events that you have. Going caroling with your friends could be fun. I've never done that either. I can't really sing, so
having like when you were talking about having a movie night, I'm thinking like a pajama movie night where you all have the same pajamas and you make hot chocolate together and bake cookies or do whatever you want. Like all of that stuff is like. And watch Home Alone, like watch the nostalgic movies or Polar Express or something. Like,
oh my gosh,
I can just feel it right now.
What was the one that was set in Chicago in the wintertime?
I think Home Alone. Were they not in Chicago?
No, that was New York, I think.
They went to New York.
Oh,
they live in Chicago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but it's probably a lot of them. That because of the snow. That
makes sense.
Yeah.
I can't. That movie Home Alone gives me anxiety. Like, how did they lose this kid? Like,
oh my god,
I won't get started 3 times. Okay,
maybe even 4. It might be one I haven't seen.
How does he keep getting lost? We won't.
They ain't have that many kids. I won't even underestimate holiday travel though. That's a whole other thing.
That would be a whole other episode.
Yes.
Okay. So something that's very special from my family of origin is games. My mom grew up with a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
I am the youngest of 6 siblings. Games end up being like really fun for us during the holiday times because we had a lot of people to play the games with. And so I think it's a good way to get people to connect and collaborate during holiday events. And it keeps the conversations and the energy light. It's interactive. And I think we underestimate how often we play games as an adult. Like we don't play games a lot. So when it comes to these holiday times, it can be such a fun way to be in community with one another. And I think playing games is just like hands down my favorite thing to do during any kind of connecting moment. But my mom in particular, she will bring out a game. It doesn't matter if you're, I think after Nova's christening, we play games. Like, she just loves games.
We could be at the restaurant or somewhere just random where she doesn't have a board game. She's like, oh, I'm going to create this game out of something in her purse. And we are just having the time of our lives playing some game she made up on the fly.
Exactly. And actually being transparent for this episode, we're recording right now. Yes. We called her this morning like, Mom, we need some games for this episode because Tiffany was like, I forgot to do my homework, which was to bring the games. And she said, I got you. So now I have a whole printout. Y'all see this printout that I have of games that my mom sent me for the holidays. So it's like games are central to our lives. So shout out to my mom. Her name is Sandra. Everybody calls her Sandy. Well, Lima, my grandma used to call her Sandy. So shout out to Sandy. These are Sandy's favorite Christmas games. Yay. And so she shared them with us. So we'll share them with you. So give shout outs and love to Sandy when you play them with your family. The first game is a card game. It's called High or Low. Now, you'll need a deck of cards for this, and a lot of people can participate, she says. 10 cards are laid face down on the table. The first card should be then turned up. Go around the room taking turns and ask if it's higher or lower. The first one to guess the 10th card wins the point. The game continues with the next person in line. The game continues. So after that person who guessed the 10th card and they win the point, the next person in line after them starts the game over with the next 10 cards. You repeat that procedure, and after the 5th round, the person who has the most points wins the game. If there is a tie, then you will have a tiebreaker after shuffling the entire deck, and the first to guess the 10th card wins.
I'm processing that in my head. That actually sounds like it could be a fun game.
Really fun.
All you need is a deck of cards. You can play this game on the airplane, y'all.
Yeah, this is a good travel game.
Yes, and you can get a deck of cards anywhere. Probably at the gas station at this point.
Yeah. I love that. You can get them anywhere. Walgreens, CVS, they're open on the holidays.
Yes, right.
Like, get you some cards.
They might not be open on the holidays in the South.
Yeah, they're open in Chicago, at least up until a certain time. I think we went Christmas morning one time and got like...
Yes, in Chicago. Yeah. I've been, my parents used to forget to get batteries, and we would have to wait until the next day because no stores were open. This is how I...
This is how you know that you can get alcohol on Christmas Day. And
that's what I'm saying. The gas station might be open. That's why I said that. Like for places that... Anyway. Yeah. I think this sounds like a great game to play.
Okay, bet. Okay, game number 2 is Brown Family Feud. Now, she loves the show Family Feud. Yes. So she always comes up with her own questions every year. And it's an extensive list of questions, and she makes everybody play. Mind you, like the whole house has to play the game.
Everybody even play. If we volunteers people to play.
Even if we were deeply engrossed in a conversation, she's like, "You're playing the game." Like, she wants everybody to play.
She even gets your dad to play the game.
Yeah, my dad does not always like to play games, but he plays for her, and it's so fun.
It's fun.
You know the idea of Family Feud, right? So Brown Family Feud goes like this. A lot of people can participate. You need somebody to host now. Now, usually it's my mom, so somebody has to be Sandy in this situation. So you have to have somebody who can be a good host to run the game. They don't get to play, they get to host. Don't pick the person that just doesn't want to play. You need somebody that can keep it lively and keep it fun, right? They have to have a lot of personality. Picture Steve Harvey. Like, you need somebody that can be good at this. So you start with the youngest or oldest person in the room. And then you continue around asking for the top answer to your question. So you want to cultivate that list of questions and you want to come up with the top answers. Now, you could probably find a lot of suggestions on the internet or other things, or you could just say you came up with the top answer, right? Whatever your rules are, cultivate that list. The people are, then everybody's supposed to answer the top question. They're supposed to guess for the top answer only. And when you go around asking for the top answer until someone guesses correctly. So let's say it's Tiffany's turn to guess. She doesn't get the top answer. You go around the room until somebody just for the top answer until somebody gets it. They get that card or that point, essentially. Depending on the amount of people, we can decide how many rounds and how many top answers. So how many cards we should go around.
Okay.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
I love when she plays this
It's
game.
so fun. I've played it many times in many settings with all different types of people, and it's never the same, but it's always fun.
Yeah, I think after this was one she played after Nova's christening, and your family was like so into this game.
Yes, they love games. We just haven't had the person that facilitates it. And as a kid, I was the kid that asked for board games, but nobody ever wanted to play with the board games I wanted to play with.
What were you trying to play, babe? Monopoly.
Probably. Do you remember the game Mad Gab?
No.
I love that game so much, and nobody ever wanted to play with me. So I think your mom has a way of choosing group games that are very interactive, because I think my games were very specific and like they were fun, but it would be something that not everyone would opt into doing. Brown Family Feud is definitely one of those ones that everybody can join in the fun on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for reflecting that back, babe. I'm so sorry nobody wanted to play the games with you when you were a kid.
Totally fine.
I will play some board games with you. Actually, games have been such a significant part of our early relationship. We used to play games a lot to get to know one another. So I will definitely play games with you this holiday season.
Yes, let's play some games.
Let's play some games.
So another game here she has is called Name That Movie, and it's a movie trivia game. I love me some movies. So in this game, you choose the youngest or oldest player to start the game, and you also need a host to lead. Each person is asked to name the movie after giving up to 3 clues about the movie.
Okay.
So 3 clues about one particular movie. They're given 30 seconds to answer, and you go around with the same clues until someone guesses the movie. So I'm imagining if I say, Hoppo, who this woman?
Yeah. She look like
Morado.
Huh?
Morado.
That's saying the name, even if it's in another language. That's cheating.
Okay, Hoppo, who this woman? What else I'm gonna say?
Me and you will never part.
Me and you will never part. Or even if we just do the hand motion.
Yeah.
And what else could we do?
Sat in that jail.
Sat in that jailhouse, and that I'm about right to death. I know what it like, Miss Celia. Okay, okay.
Everybody would have shouted at this point. The color purple. Even though it wasn't their turn.
So that's a little bit of like how the game would go. And then the person with the correct answer is given a point. And so she says 20 movie questions is good for completion of a full round. And the person with the most points wins. If there is a tie, you must have a tiebreaker. You toss a dice and the highest scorer goes first to break the tie. The person is now given clues one at a time, and the first to guess the correct movie wins.
She did this one at the 4th of July.
I remember this
in the middle of the 4th of July.
In the middle of the 4th of July cookout.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a pretty good game.
It's a good game. This is fun. Now I'm getting all the ideas.
Yes.
Like, even at the tiebreaker when I'm like one clue at a time, that could get.
Yeah. They get intense. Because it's just the first person to say it out loud.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, game 4.
Game 4, 10-second challenge. So again, you'll need a host and several 3-part questions for this game. So each person is given only 10 seconds to answer with 3 answers for each question. So an example of a question might be, name 3 vacation spots you would like to go. So Mo, 10 seconds, name 3 vacation spots you want to go.
The Maldives, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico.
Perfect. I don't know if that was in 10 seconds though.
I think it was.
I'm just kidding with you.
Playing so much.
Other examples might be, name 3 things you like to eat.
Macaroni and cheese, chicken, green beans.
Okay, another example might be, name 3 of your favorite colors that start with G.
Green, gray, grazie.
wait, pause. What is grazie?
I don't know. What is there another color that starts with G?
You could have said gray in Spanish.
No, that's the same. Those are the same colors. That's cheating.
It's not cheating.
You keep saying say stuff in
getting
Spanish.
Smart.
And so you're gonna have to, if you're the host, you really gonna have to like be strict about the rules.
But
because
also,
people like
I
Tiffany
just added
exist.
G in here because I was trying to trip you up. She just wrote name 3
No,
of your
but I
favorite
think
colors.
it would be like that.
Like it gets a bit more specific.
Yeah.
I don't know any other colors that start with G, honestly.
But they probably are. You know, you have the whole Crayola box that has all these like special colors. I think G is probably other colors. But the whole point is that you might not know. So
name 3 animals you like.
Lions, tigers, and bears. You
play so much.
Tiffany, you have to get specific about the rules with people like Tiffany for sure. So you want to go around the room asking the question until you have completed 3 rounds. Mm-hmm. Every person would have answered at least 3 questions. This allows us to get to know our family and friends better, just for fun, she says.
I love this.
We love this for us.
I remember, like, we can move on, but I'm thinking of this example we were playing because your mom recommended this game with my family. And I think the question was like, name 3 famous Michaels. Yeah. And remember my sister? Yeah. She got it at the buzzer.
She was like, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Michael B. Jordan.
And we was like, yes, girl, you did that. Such a fun game.
It was so fun. Mm-hmm. It was so fun. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Sandy.
That's Sandy's holiday games. Yay. So now you have some ideas for games you can create to have fun with your family and friends. We are so excited for you all to participate in that.
Yes. So much fun. And I hope that you realize from this episode that there's so many different ways that you can have fun and spread holiday cheer. We love playing games. We also love doing other things. And so find all of the little ways that you can do it. Like we mentioned, playing these games in the airport, on the airplane, if you're road tripping, like find opportunities to like play these games in the car, you know, safely, of course. But there's so many opportunities to create fun and holiday magic with other people, with people you're traveling with. And games it's such a connecting way to do it. It really is.
Okay, Tiff. This is your truth or truth question for today.
Truth or truth.
What is your favorite holiday tradition? Period. You don't get to pick multiple. You don't get to say a bunch of different things. And over the past few episodes, we talked a lot about different traditions and things. So I want you to think about your absolute favorite. Like if everything else had to go, one gets to stay. What is it?
And we're talking about the Christmas holiday.
Just holidays. So I said October 31st through the New Year.
My favorite holiday tradition is being in the home of the person that is hosting dinner or the party or the gathering and being in the prep. So if it's your mom cutting cheese for mac and cheese and we just cutting cheese, talking,
and I'm eating the cheese.
Yes, you're eating the cheese, drinking wine. Or if it's Thanksgiving and I'm at my mom's house and I'm helping her make the punch, but we're laughing and talking and or it's the morning of Thanksgiving and the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade is on. Like, whatever, it's like the prep, the behind the scenes kind of, but still with family in a very relaxed, laughing, joyful, like, this feels so good.
So good.
Though I would say those periods of time, those are my favorite traditions.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, thank you for sharing that. I was very, very curious. So you like to do work, basically. I like to eat the cheese.
You know what? It's something about prep for those days that doesn't feel like prep.
Okay.
On a regular April 5th Wednesday night kind of prep.
Okay. I just keep the games I feel like are hands down like my favorite tradition that I want to keep going. I told you couldn't pick more than one, but mine is like a real tie. It's not a play tie, it's a real tie.
Okay.
Cause the food by far.
I mean, I didn't even know that was in
that's a tradition.
The choice.
That's a tradition.
I feel like for us, the families that we come from though, it's kind of
a given.
That's the bare, like, that's a given.
That's the baseline.
That's the like, it's not Christmas without good food. It's not Thanksgiving without good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if we're having tacos. Like, it's just, it's by far the community and food. I feel you
though. If it's not good food, like, that's a sure way to spoil it for me. I'm sorry. I know one of the ways I knew you was the one I knew I was going to be in your family was the first Thanksgiving. It was my first Thanksgiving ever in life being away from my family. And I would say my family pretty amazing cooks.
Yeah, they're great.
So I remember eating and I was like, okay. And I was like, like, I'm responding actually like, this is good. So my mom calls me and she's like,
how's it going?
I'm going to ask you, how was the food? And I was like, Mom, it was good. They actually cook like us. And she was like, okay, I feel good knowing that you were somewhere with good food. And I just knew, because it was very rare in all of my life that I've met people that I would say had the same standards as it related to cooking as my family. So I knew I was I was in good hands.
Yeah, Sandy's pretty special, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I felt held as well. Your family can cook very well. So I know I'm good either way. It don't matter where I go.
No matter where I go, I'm like, the food ain't ever gonna be the thing.
Right. That makes being with, your extra family. Yes. I would say, like, not in-laws. Just your abundance of family.
Yes.
It makes it okay not being with the family you were raised with for the holidays. So a lot of people don't have that with the families they were married into.
Exactly. And I'm so sorry.
But good food is on either side. So it's like, it doesn't really matter where we go at this point. And then there's love too.
Yes.
That's a thing that makes you feel loved, doesn't it? We can go on and on. So I think the food,
my mouth is watering right now.
Mine too. I hope y'all don't hear that too much in the mic.
Oh my God.
Well, I am wishing you all the happiest holiday season.
Happy holidays.
Wherever you are, we just want you to know that you are loved and you are loved.
Yes.
We are sending you so much peace, joy, prosperity during this time. And we are looking forward to you tuning in next week for a new episode of the Be Your Own Love Goals podcast with Mo Ari
and Tiffany.
Have a great day and be well.
Bye. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Video episodes are on YouTube and Spotify.
If you want your question included in an upcoming episode, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Be Your Own Love Goals or check out our website at lovegoalspodcast.com. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Bye.